name is Jenny and welcome to my channel. Today we are doing a playthrough of the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. This is my first playthrough of the game, so we are going into this completely blind. I think this is a story-based game and I believe your choices affect the outcome. So without further ado, we're gonna get right into starting the game.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Oh, I think I'm playing now. Okay, here it goes. So it begins. We are Stanley. Alright, so trying to click things in the office. But nothing's happening. I think it wants us to step out here. 428. Hello? Anyone here? So we are completely alone in this office.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers. Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference. Nor did it advance the story.
Is he making fun of me right now? Nah, something is gonna happen if I click everything. Okay, let's go down this hallway. Where is the memo room? That looks like someone left in quite a hurry. Oh, what does that say?
Stanley clicked on literally
well, I don't know what door it is.
Because he doesn't pick up well on cues from his environment.
Is this game calling me stupid? Okay, environmental cues, we go through the open doors. I hate Mondays. Oh. See, that door moves. Is that the meeting room? No, not yet.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Do we follow along with the story? Do we go to the left? I kind of want to go on the right one. Okay, we'll follow the story for now. Okay, we'll listen to this guy, the narrator guy. We go to the left. Oh, that's a dark room.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Get Chris out of the broom closet. Is there someone stuck in a closet somewhere? Papers are too synergized. Fire paper guy. Hire somebody to fire the paper synergizing guy. Who moved my desk? Complete today's unfinished agenda items. Write next day's agenda. Reflect. Dang, we got a lot of meetings here. Boss's inspection. office party? Wait, what day is it? What if they're having the office party without me? That's where everybody is. Oh, what does it say up here? They have a boss appreciation minute worksheet for sucking up to the boss. Thank goodness. More water coolers, more water cooler heaters. Alright, where is everybody? Where is everybody? Let's go through here. Broom closet. Is Chris in here?
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here.
I thought Chris
so
was
he
supposed to
turned
be here.
around and got back on track.
Chris broke himself out.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I wonder what happens if we don't follow him and we go against the story. What happens if I go downstairs? Am I gonna die? I don't like these lights. I don't trust these lights. Are we sure this isn't a horror game? This is looking like a horror game. I feel like there's gonna be something trying to jump at me from around the corner.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk?
Okay, nothing bad
All
happened.
because he believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense.
Wait.
And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations.
We just
For
went through
example,
this area.
why couldn't he see his feet?
Oh
when
yeah,
he
where's our
looked
body?
down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a
This is the
dream.
same room.
Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Oh my
Then
god.
He imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield.
We're actually
and
dreaming?
It too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid?
This is looking scary,
And then
you guys.
perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't
Can I
have
go
to take
back?
responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently,
Okay.
and he invited himself to wake up.
Close our eyes.
He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment and my wife
Oh, he misses
and my
his
job.
wife.
All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
We are okay. Oh, where are we? Ah, we're in the same exact spot.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real.
Oh God,
Please,
we're
just
losing our
someone tell me I'm
minds.
real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear
Oh my
voice?
goodness.
Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Does that mean
This
we were in a
is the
dream?
story of a woman named Mariella.
Mariella.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted
Did we
by the
die?
body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk.
We actually,
Although she would soon
wait,
turn to go
did we
call
kill
an
Stanley?
ambulance, for just a few brief moments,
Oh my
she
God, we killed
considered the strange
Stanley.
man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel
Seeing a
better.
dead man is bringing her
Then she remembered
comfort.
the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Why are we running like we're the one that murdered him? What? What is going on? Did we just kill Stanley? Like the whole main character of this game? Oh. 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 Oh, wait. Okay, so we died? We did something wrong and we died. And now we're back to being Stanley and we're back to the beginning. Okay. Okay, okay.
All of his co-workers were gone.
So-
what could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply
Okay.
missed a memo.
Okay, okay. We're gonna go back to the meeting room. But we're gonna make a different decision this time.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
We're gonna go to the right this
This
time.
was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
That doesn't sound like a bad idea.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room.
There's not even a
Stanley
TV
simply
here.
stood here, drinking it all in.
Can't even get any drinks. Can't open the windows.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Okay, yeah, okay. I get the
Eager to
point.
get back to
We'll
business,
move on.
Stanley took the first open door on his
First
left.
open door on his left. You know what? Let's go look out the window. Let's
Stanley
go.
was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Should we follow the directions? What is this place? Warning, do not jump from the cargo lift while it is in motion. Will cause death. Who knew jumping from this height would cause you to die? Penalty for misuse of cargo lift, $1,000. Penalty for jumping off the cargo lift, $5,000 and death. All right, where are we going now? Is this gonna move automatically?
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps
Okay,
we've
there we
gotten off
go.
on the wrong foot here. I'm
That
not
is
your enemy.
very
really,
far
I'm-
down.
I realize
This
that
does
investing your
not
trust in
seem
someone else
like a
can be
safe
difficult,
workplace.
But the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Her? Who is
This
her?
is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Who is she? Oh my god, that door looks... Guys, I do not want to go through that door. I'm pretty sure, I'm 99% sure this is not a horror game, but... This door does not look good. Jesus Christ!
That's
Oh my
her,
god.
Stanley. You need to be the one to do
So
this.
scary.
To reach out to her. If you can
Oh,
truly
God.
place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
I just want this part over with. We're gonna pick up the phone. Who is it? Hello? Oh.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep
This is
you
my
waiting.
wife?
I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you
Oh my
actually think you
God.
had a loving wife?
My
They
heart.
want to commit their life to you. I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here. This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Press Z on your keyboard.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Press G. What if I don't press it, huh? What are you gonna do if I don't press the button? What if I just refuse to do my job? Okay, I don't think we're making any progress. Fine, you win. I'll do it. I'll do
Look
it.
at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Press V.
But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful, and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Press F to watch TV.
And so he began
Oh,
to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
please press Q to spend time with the boys.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Press O to prepare dinner.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Press O to tell your kids
It
a
was such
story.
a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Press H to tell your wife you love her. Alright.
But there is no answer.
What happened to
How
our
could there
wife?
possibly be? In reality,
Oh
all he's
no,
doing
we're
is
going
pushing
back to the
same
beginning.
buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets. The more he forgets which life is the real one.
SV to
And
go
I'm
to
trying
sleep.
to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks
Okay,
you to
don't
push a
do
button,
it.
do not
We will not do it. Wait, how long is this gonna make me wait? Should I press it? Oh god, I'm gonna press it, aren't I? I'm pressing it. I pressed it.
Can
I
you just
pressed
not
it.
tell me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Question
Suppose I
nothing.
can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again.
Please die.
Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again.
What?
And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
At least they're asking nicely. And we're dead. And we're dead. Alright, take 3. Take 3, here we go. Okay. This time, we're just gonna play it safe. We're gonna follow where the game wants us to go, and we're gonna see what happens.
All of his co-workers were gone.
But what
could
could it mean?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
And we're gonna go to the door to
When
the left.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
And no one's
Yet
here.
there
What a
was not a
surprise.
single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's
Okay.
office.
We
Coming
haven't
to a
been here
staircase,
yet. We're gonna go
Stanley
see our
walked
boss.
upstairs to his boss's office.
Dang. What? This is office? Holy. Oh my goodness. This is his whole office. This whole floor. Look at this place. He even has a
Staring into his manager's
piano.
office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
I mean, that's
Shocked,
okay. I'll just live in
unraveled,
here.
Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845.
2845.
But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
We know it now.
Yet
Alright.
incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keyboard,
What's
Stanley
happening?
happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing.
Oh my
He
god.
stepped
We opened a
into the
secret
newly
door.
opened passageway.
If something jumps at me from the corners, I'm throwing hands. I'm throwing hands. Oh god.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Oh my god, that scared me.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Wait. There's also an escape route. You know what? We're gonna go see what's up with the mind control facility. Oh, okay. I was about to say I don't know about this anymore. That's a little dark. This is looking a little dark. I don't know about this anymore. Oh man. Oh man. Okay, we're just gonna sprint it. We're gonna sprint it. We're gonna sprint it.
The lights rose on an
Oh,
enormous
thank God. Okay,
room
we
packed with
have lights.
television
We're fine.
screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
All right, what we got over here? We got another button. A camera button. Okay.
Now the
Oh
monitors
my.
jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers.
but
the
there's
lives
no
of
one in
so
the
many
cameras.
individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant
Fired.
nothing.
Wait, where are we? We're 427. We're right there. That's us, 427. Oh, but I guess we're not in our office either. So no one's in our office. There's an elevator button.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Oh, okay.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Pressing the buttons. Should I go in the middle? All the mind controls are offline. What's down here? Can we go down there? Okay, I wasn't sure if that was gonna kill me or not. Okay, let's go into the facility power room. What happens if I press this button though? 5. Nothing happened. Oh, okay. Mind control idle, awaiting input.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
So we turn the power off. Now what?
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from
Ooh, is
someone
it the
else's
door?
command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, Even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved.
Oh, did I finish the key? But
Where had his co-workers
I didn't
gone?
figure anything
How had he
out.
been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness.
Oh.
Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his.
Oh my god, this
That
is so
was all he
pretty.
needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
But now I'm like, I don't want to finish the game. Like, we didn't figure anything out.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen.
Is this the end?
And Stanley was happy.
I just got an achievement for beating the game. Okay. Okay, now we can start over. But we have to figure out where our coworkers went and what's going on here. So what we know so far is that we're under mind control. All the employees are under mind control, but we don't know where everyone else is. So that's what we have to figure out. But that will be for part 2. So if you enjoyed this video, if you want to see more playthroughs, if you want to see part 2, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.